Alright y'all, we just got back from our 6-day cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras. We recorded a lot, but didn't record a lot. I don't really know what we recorded, so I don't know what you just saw. But this is going to be like a little recap video, just kind of telling you our thoughts about the cruise. It was my second. I went on one a couple years ago with my sister on the Carnival Liberty. Had a really good time back then. This time we went on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Dallas's first time. How did you think of your first cruise experience?
I absolutely loved it. There was so much to do. We couldn't always do exactly everything, but we did actually do the majority of everything that we wanted. Yeah. Sometimes we even did some things multiple times, like trivia sports.
Yeah, so there are several things that run into the same time. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. They have to have things for everybody to do when you're on port days or on sea days. I mean,
even on port days.
Yeah, you do. They have comedy shows, they have piano bar, they have center stage shows, they have theater shows, they have bingo, they have Deal or No Deal, they have Family Feud. Then there's always something outside. There's ice sculpture carving, there's hula hoop challenges,
Groove for St. Jude.
Groove for St. Jude. There was several things that was always happening, and it was just hard to do everything at once during the 6 days. But like we said, we did do most of it, as you hopefully saw in some of the video clips that we got.
We did try to enjoy ourselves without recording, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
we did try to record a good bit of it.
But let's just take it away from the beginning. So first day we got on around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Our check-in time was around 10:30. They were a little bit behind with Coast Guard approving us to get on, and then there were some delays, and it's hard to hear in that Port Canaveral. If you're listening to this video, please get a better sound system so we can hear what numbers you are calling or what letters you're calling, because I don't know what y'all are saying. You have TVs in there that say different things about what you need to get on the ship, like passports and birth certificates and stuff. Put the letters on there. If you're calling for the suites or the passenger fund or the diamond and platinum members to get on, put that on the screen. If you're calling for groups A through B, put that on the screen. The technology is there. It shouldn't be that hard. We're paying all this money. Let us know by better intercom system or putting on the TV so we know when we actually can get on.
That would actually make for a smoother transition.
Because there are so many people in there, so many people talking, you can't hear anything. But getting on the ship was not hard. We were able to get right up on the passport check-in. They scanned our passports, took a picture of us. We went over to guest services, got our money put on our cash account, sat in the waiting room for like about 30 minutes or so until they called our group number. We got on the ship, and once we were on the ship, we went and got Guy's Burgers.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We did do checked luggage, so our luggage had to go to our room. We got it around 1:30 when the rooms did open up. We did bring on a carry-on though, so we did have that and our drinks. So we carried that around for a little while. We ate Guy's Burgers and then just hung out by the pool, and then we got ready for the sail away party. Once our room was available at 1:30, we went up there, threw our stuff down, and then went down and hung out until the sail away from Port Canaveral, which was always a fun time.
You couldn't even tell they were moving.
Yeah, this has happened when we were on with my sister. She didn't even know we were moving. I just happened to I looked for a building, and when I feel like that building is getting further away, that's when I know. I'm like, all right, we're probably moving. So I run over to the side, and I noticed that we were moving, so then I called Dallas over to come look, and she had no idea.
Yeah. It was an amazing view. I loved every second of it.
Yeah. So we did have a good time doing the sail away party. Jackie Tang, phenomenal cruise director. Then we kind of just hung out. We learned where our cabin was. We walked the ship. Figured out where the theater, the casino, the center stage, all the shops. Just trying to figure out where everything was. And then found our restaurant for our early dining, the MDR, main dining room. We were in the Palm restaurant. We had great service there. And then second day we went on to Nassau. We got off in Nassau probably for about an hour.
Yeah.
I've been there one time a couple years ago, and it was a lot different than it is now. It's a lot better than it was when I went before, but still just kind of sketchy. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of shady people trying to get you to get taxis and sell you drugs and sell you braids and all kind of stuff. So if I do go to Nassau again, I'm going to save up the money to do an excursion, and that'd be the only way. I probably will still get off in Nassau if we do another Nassau cruise, just to do something different, stay on the ship. but it was fun. We got on and got a magnet, got back on the ship and just hung out. Ate a lot of food. The Lido Marketplace food buffets were great. Shack's Chicken, Guy's Burgers, all phenomenal. We had those several times throughout the week.
We had so much ice cream.
Yeah. Third day was a day at sea, so we just hung out. That was when bingo happened for the first time. Deal or No Deal. They were doing auditions for the Family Feud, auditions for the. Since we are on the Mardi Gras, they had a Mardi Gras parade, so they did auditions for that.
Yeah.
And then
We pretty much stayed inside the boat. We didn't really go outside that day.
Yeah. The next day we docked at Amber Cove, which was awesome. Great views there. They did have a zip line and a little beach area, or pool area. We sat in the pool for a little while, and then we took a nap on a hammock, which was really nice. And yeah, that was Amber Cove. We did shop. We got some magnets.
That's magnets. I got a charm for my bracelet.
Yeah. Every jewelry store on the ports, you showed them a little coupon in the paper they give you, and you got a free charm. I was very impressed that they didn't try to harass us into buying more jewelry or anything. They literally just said the free pins over there, the free charms over there.
Yeah, because I got the cruise ship and the sand dollar on that one.
Yeah. So, pretty neat. Something cool to collect every time you go to a different port. The next day we went to Grand Turk, which is really nice. Beautiful beach. We did do some shopping there. We got some t-shirts and some magnets and hung out on the beach that day. I got some video with the GoPro. We swam with some fish. And that was Grand Turk. And then we watched the Mardi Gras parade. We watched Family Feud, went to the comedy shows. Then the next day was our day at sea, and then we hung out at the pool that day. Didn't really do much. Hung at the pool, went down the water slide. Unfortunately, they don't allow cameras on the water slides. We did do the rope course. We got a video of that, and we did ride bolt. I think I may have gotten a clip of somebody else riding it. You can't use your camera on it, and we both rode it together, so we don't really have a video of us on it. I'll show a picture here. But I think I did get a clip of somebody riding it, so if I did, you would have saw that by now. Everything on the cruise ship was great. Then today we debarked. Pretty rough getting out of the elevator because everybody's trying to leave at the same time. So if I did have any recommendations, I would say Carnival needs to have a fun squad member at level 6 or deck 6 midship to help alleviate the line and make sure people aren't like tackling people over and pushing and stuff. Because once you got out of deck 6 and over into center stage, there was fun squad members, and they were helping you, dividing it into 2 lines. But if that was happening at deck 6 midship where the elevators are, it would have been even smoother, I feel like.
Yeah.
But
you had people coming off the elevator while the line was all the way to the back door.
Also coming down the stairs as well if they didn't get the elevator.
Yeah.
So a couple things I would say negatively about Carnival Mardi Gras. The elevators. Gotta do something better with the elevators. This is not just a Carnival Mardi Gras thing. This is a cruise ship in general problem. I do know I've seen videos of some of the Royal Caribbean ships, and I don't know if the newer Carnival ships have this or not. So maybe they do. I haven't checked them out. But you push a button on what floor you want to go to, and then it lights up at certain elevators. So only that elevator goes up to only that floor. That needs to happen on all cruise ships. And I know that's probably not possible, but the amount of times that you're in line for a elevator and the elevator just passed you by, or you're in line for an elevator and people just come from all angles and just skip the line and just jump in there, or they're staying there while you're trying to get off an elevator, it's a problem. So that'd be one of the things I'd say negatively about Mardi Gras or cruise ships in general. But like I said, I don't know what the fix is for that. Those are other negative things. The port, that doesn't really have anything to do with Carnival. That's Port Canaveral. Just having better PA systems. Also leaving the port today, trying to get out of the port was not bad. We carried off our luggage, so we went straight down a line, showed our passports, but trying to get in the elevator to get to our parking garage, that was a disaster in itself. But that was because the employees didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, they were trying to get certain people on elevators and do certain things instead of just getting everybody on the elevator as they come up.
Yeah, which luckily the guy behind us was like, no, we
Yeah,
can.
the
we can
employee
wait."
behind us stood up for
Us.
the guest and told the other employee, like, back off, let us, it's fine. Some of the pros, Fun Squad members were great. Jackie Tang being our cruise director was amazing.
I loved all the Fun Squad.
Yeah,
members.
all the Fun Squad was great. All the parties we had, we had 80s night, we had a white hot night, we had formal nights. What else we have?
That was it. Those were.
Yeah.
Or
So all those were fun to do. We all dressed up, and everyone was really nice. I mean, even the other guests on the ship, everybody seemed like they were having a good time. No one had any ill will against anybody. The weather was great. It sprinkled for a little bit on our last day, but it did not last very long at all. We were on deck 12 midship, so we really didn't feel any of the waves. We could feel a little slight rock.
Yeah.
You could feel like you were swaying a little bit.
But that's only if you were like actually sitting still.
Yeah. If you were thinking about it and sitting still, that's when you really noticed that you were there. Or if you were in the bathroom or you had a glass of water and you could see it.
Yeah.
Or in the pool the other day, we could see, like, my legs were not covered at one moment, but they were covered at the next moment. So you could see it was really swaying. But neither one of us got sick. We did wear the patches. I did wear that last time too, so I don't know if it's the patch that's helping or if I'm just not going to get sick, knock on wood. I think going forward, even if I get on a cruise, I'm still going to use the patch.
Yeah.
Just because I know it worked. Food was good, the main dining room. I wish there was other options for picky eaters. We are both very picky, and steak and chicken kind of got tiring.
Especially the broiled chicken, or broiled steak.
Yeah. That's our fault. That's our fault for being picky. There are several options every night, and they're all different. We just need to stop being so picky, which is when the buffet comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And Guy's Burgers and Shaq's Chicken comes into play. All the games, all the concerts or theater shows were good. All the performers were great. Comedians were good.
We got some pictures taken.
Yeah.
We even got a picture with the captain.
We met the captain, and we got pictures with Jackie Tang.
I got a picture with Coco.
Coco was the guy that was doing the comedy shows at the Punchliner.
He was fantastic. Loved him.
The ship was nice. It wasn't very hard to navigate. You kind of get confused sometimes because you forget where's forward and where's aft, the front and the back, for those that don't know.
But once we realized, it was like...
Luckily, this ship, I can't remember if Liberty had to, I'm sure it did, but has signs right by the elevator that shows you which way is forward, which way is aft, and what's on every level. So that was really helpful. You could always find that to be able to figure out where you need to go.
Yeah, I think we walked around that ship about 15 times.
All our servers and stuff, and everybody that came over to us and helped us was really nice. We had 3 people that helped us in the main dining room. They were all great. Our room store was good. I think we talked to her one time in passing. She just said, hey, good morning, and we said, hey, good morning.
Yeah.
I know when I was on Liberty with my sister, the room store was fantastic. He talked to us so much. Every time he walked by us, he was checking on us, asked us how we were doing. He remembered our name since day one. And that just didn't happen with this room store.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bigger ship. She has more rooms, so I do understand.
The DJs were great.
The DJs were good too. We had 2 on this one. Again, on Liberty, the DJ checked on me and Lauren all the time, continually talked to us. This time the DJs didn't really talk to anybody. They were kind of just doing their thing. Again, it is a bigger ship, so I do understand they can't be talking to every single person. It's not that they would ignore you if you did say hey to them while they were walking by. They would talk to you. If they're working, I wouldn't be mad if they didn't communicate with us. But they're doing their job.
And they had other places they had to zip off to.
Yeah, there were several trivias that were in the Summer's Landing, which was at Pig and Anchor. There was trivia in the Limelight Lounge. There was the piano bar. There's DJs everywhere. There's parties everywhere. There's late night parties.
Yeah.
We didn't go to bed till after midnight every
night.
We did have a balcony room, so the balcony view was nice.
Yeah, it was very pretty, especially the sunset first thing in the morning.
Sunrise in the morning.
Yeah, sunrise.
And then sunset at night. We really didn't get many sunsets except when we were coming into Florida the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, last night. We got a really nice sunset coming into Florida. Overall, I would recommend Carnival. I'd recommend Mardi Gras. People do think that the Mardi Gras ship is a big party ship. Carnival has that rep of being the party ship, and then putting Mardi Gras in the title. Everybody thinks we were just on a party ship. We had a Mardi Gras parade. Other than them calling it the beautiful Mardi Gras and having the Mardi Gras parade, it's no different than going on just a carnival ship.
Yeah.
It was no...
You had the typical parties, the sail away party, the 80s, 90s, like that kind of stuff. It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was not like you were at a nightclub partying, shaking your butt every time you walked around that ship.
No.
It was...
They did have the clubs on at starting like 10 o'clock.
10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
They had like 18 over parties, but...
That was in a whole different room in the ship.
And the security was there checking IDs, and security was all over that ship. They were great.
They were on top of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, overall, I'd recommend Carnival Mardi Gras. I would definitely go on it again. I think 6 days was the perfect amount of time. The last time I went, it was a 4-day. Like I said, this one was a 6-day, and I think it was great. I do think next time I will not book a balcony room. I will save that money from the balcony to use on excursions. Now that I've got 2 cruises on my back, I think I'm going to do some excursions next time. We've already started looking for our next one. We haven't booked anything, but we have looked, so we are excited. We're ready for another one.
Yes.
But I do think, again, we'll do some excursions next time to make it a little bit more interesting now that we've done a 6-day cruise and saw a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we really didn't need the balcony. We just did it because of celebrating us getting married.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't really out there much, except for first thing in the morning, maybe once in the middle of the day when we went to go change and waiting on the other person. And then at night, that's really all that we were on it.
Yeah.
He had a nice nap on it a couple times.
And the reason I say we wouldn't get it again is you could just go spend the time up on the leader deck.
Yeah.
And that's your balcony. You just don't have the privacy.
Yeah.
But there's no really need for the privacy on there. We're just hanging out on the balcony. But again, I think deck 12 was the best midship. You don't hear any of the top... you don't hear the roller coaster, because if you are in the Lido Marketplace, you do hear the roller coaster going around.
And you think the boat is breaking, and it is not.
It's a huge vibration, or loud vibration feeling that you get. Level 12 or deck 12, you don't hear that at all. You don't feel it. You don't feel the water that much. You don't hear the nightclub or anything like that. So I think middle of the ship, deck 12 is in the middle of the pack. I would recommend that. So yeah, overall, I do want to go on another Carnival cruise. I think next time I would like to go to like Cozumel, Costa Maya, and the new place Celebration Key or whatever it's called now. Those are the next ones I want to go on. So we'll be looking for a cruise to go on there. It'll probably be sometime next year. So hopefully we will see you guys in another cruise vlog. But until then, we'll see you in another vlog sometime in the future.
Probably in a couple weeks.
Probably in a couple weeks when we go on vacation with the family.
Yep.
So we will see you guys in the next one. If you have any questions about the Carnival Mardi Gras, you can leave your comments below, and we'll do our best to answer any questions that you guys may have. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.